Hi, it's Joan. This week, I'd like to have a mention of what we're playing and what's happening in modern bridge these days. And it's the 2/1 game force system, which has been around for a long time. I wrote a book on it maybe 12 years ago. But it's as with other things in bidding, uh, ideas come into the market, they evolve, they become part of the market, the next idea comes in. Well, it's the same with 2/1 game force, because with standard, most of us were taught standard. The particular part of standard that is really crazy and always has been is whoever suggested that one heart passed two clubs or one spade past two diamonds was this silly 10 points or better as a responder. Because, if you've got 12 or 13 and partner's got 10, well, you're in a pretty bad spot if you're not sure whether your partnership's got 23, 24, 25. You don't know whether to go to game. You don't know what's the best spot to play. It's forcing, but whoever invented 10 plus points, could really have done better. And so that's what 2/1 Game Force does. It improves that particular area and it makes it easier for everybody. And in fact, my beginner's book that I rewrote about 2 or 3 years ago starts with the idea of 2/1. And most teachers would agree that that's the way to start. What it means is that if it's only 6 cases when opener starts with either a diamond, one heart, or one spade, and responder's first bid is at the 2 level because it has to be. It never happens over one club because responder can always bid at the 1 level. But if it goes one diamond past two clubs, or, as in this hand, one heart past two diamonds, well, that should be a stronger hand than 10 plus. And 2/1 Game Force makes it that way. It makes it an opening hand. And so it's in the next range of its 12, 13 or more, and it's game forcing. So it's wonderful because it allows two strong hands like this to exchange information, and often they'll do better than game. Or with standard before, if it's 12 points and 10 points, you don't know whether to stop before game or not. So bridge is a lot easier, even for new players, if you adopt the 2/1 Game Force method. So here we've got an opening hand. We would have opened a diamond if we'd been in first seat. We've got 13 and 1 for the length, so we say two diamonds. And now it's game forcing, not just one round force of 10 or more points. So partner says, I don't have another suit, I've got hearts. And interestingly, it doesn't say whether that's a strong hand or a minimum opener. In standard, it would be a minimum opener, and to show a better hand, you'd have to jump. So that's even more awkward, wasting a lot of bidding space. Here, we can now say three hearts, showing our support for hearts. And we know we're in a game force, so that's what makes it so great. Now, opener bids three spades. That's a Q bid. That says, look, I'm interested in going further. Can you tell me what you've got? Well, hearts are going to be trumps. They've got the ace of spades, and we've got a control. We can Q bid second round control of clubs. So just let's bid 4 clubs. You go up the line with Q bidding. We didn't have anything in diamonds, but we do in clubs. So 4 clubs. Now they are asking for no trumps. Key card Blackwood. We're playing 0, 3, 1 or 4. We've got 1, the ace, so we bid 5 diamonds. And they bid 6 hearts. Okay, let's have a look. Where are our 12 tricks? Partner's playing it. We're the dummy. So we've got 1 club loser, and we'll make 6 heart winners, 2 spade winners 8, 1 club's 9, 10, 11. We need to find a 12th trick. The 12th trick will come from diamonds. We hope that we can trump the queen out and enjoy one of these diamonds. But in order to trump the diamonds so that we can get rid of the queen, we need to play a diamond back, and then we need entries to get back here. So the plan's everything. So follow suit. We'll lose the first trick and win the second trick. Now, you might think draw trumps first, but in case the diamonds break 4-2, which we don't know, we've got 5 and 2 are 7. If they break 4-2, we might need extra entries to trump the diamond and get rid of the queen and then get over to enjoy it. So I'm going to play diamonds first. It's a tiny risk, but the diamonds are likely to break 3-3 or 4-2. Yeah, they do. We don't know whether they're 4-2 or 3-3, but now we've got entries. So play the King of Hearts and notice the 10 falls. Well, that means they haven't got any other hearts. All our hearts are good. So use this entry to the 9 to get rid of another trump. There's still one out, but now play the Diamond Jack. And we don't know whether West has the queen and another or what's going on. So trumpet high just in case, because we might have to cross over and play another diamond. So trump with the 8. Down comes the queen. The diamonds broke 3-3. This hand is a piece of cake. So now our diamonds are winners. We just draw the last trump over here and play the 10 of diamonds, which is a winner. And the 9, we get rid of our spade loser, and we've got all the rest, making 12. So this was an example of 2/1 Game Force, making it a lot easier for bidding. My latest course on the online school is the transition from standard to 2/1 Game Force. It should be seamless, really, and I've written hands where you bid them in standard and then the same hand where you would bid it in 2/1 to show you the difference. Nearly always 2/1 will give us more in this area here. When we've got two good hands, we can describe more. And so many people these days just say we're playing standard 2/1. It's almost evolved to just be the way to play. Have a great week, everyone.